So I was thinking about how sharing your life with someone may not always be enough to keep someone interested, and how a person's looks may not always be enough to get someone to be passionate enough to keep a strong connection in a relationship. And so a lot of people in relationships will, buy someone's interest by sharing a lavish life with them. You might see that in the celebrity world. And what would one of the things that would motivate someone to do that is how attractive a girl is. But this could create problems if someone has a lot of options and they may not get, or they may experience most of what there is to get from someone, and they just lose interest. And that could happen from either person in the couple. One example I was thinking about with that was the rapper Young Jeezy and Jeannie Mai. I'm not exactly sure what Jeannie Mai does. I think she does TV, like she's an actor in some way. But Jeezy and Jeannie Mai were married and they got divorced. They also had a child together. And I was thinking that maybe Jeezy's lifestyle was something that she experienced and maybe experienced enough of and just lost interest. Whereas from Jeezy's perspective, even if he was motivated by how physically attracted she was, it probably wasn't enough for him to maintain some standard of passion to keep their connection strong. Or another way to put that is he stopped trying so hard to keep her interested, so that may have caused her to lose interest. When relationships begin, the guy in the couple is just doing whatever he can to keep her happy, but he may lose a step or stop trying so hard if he just assumes that she already is happy. Because what else do you want to give her besides marriage and children and a family? So you just figure, oh, maybe those, as a man in a marriage, you may think, oh, we'll just have these responsibilities and we'll just be happy. The responsibilities of being a spouse and a parent. But I guess that wasn't enough because they got divorced. And I brought that up because it's almost like, from a man's perspective, you're sort of buying her love or her interest, and then when that's not enough, what else do you do to keep her interested? Another example of that is Post Malone and Christy Lee. A very similar situation, except they were never married. I don't know if they were engaged, but they also had a child. They also were in a relationship. It ended. And I just wonder if it's the same situation where a guy like Post Malone more or less let his lifestyle do the heavy lifting, which I'm not against. I fully support that. But somehow it wasn't enough, where the girl was just thinking maybe she liked what he had to offer more than she liked him. And from his perspective, he was very infatuated with her looks, or maybe the way she made him feel when they were together. And by creating a family together, maybe he felt that he had already satisfied her to some degree, and maybe stop putting forth so much effort to keep her happy or excited or whatever. And the idea of who divorces who, I think most of the time in marriages, the girl divorces the guy. And so if she's not getting the same passion that she did from the beginning of the relationship, that he was putting forth, being motivated by her looks, and she felt like she wasn't getting enough, then if the relationship ends or ended, which it did, I just wonder, was Post Malone doing enough? Or is it really that simple that after you get everything that you want in a relationship, is it just okay to leave? If you've already met your relationship goals, they weren't married, so I guess she didn't have too much of a obligation to stay. And another example I saw of something similar is LiAngelo Ball and Rashida Nicole. I don't know if they had a kid together, but I know they were in a relationship and then they split. And I just wonder if it was a similar situation where she liked spending time with him, I'm assuming, based off of the way he was living his life, and he was of course attracted to her looks. And if that if that was the driving force behind her attraction, if she experienced enough, and he maybe he got too comfortable, and her looks were not motivating him anymore, I just wonder what it takes to keep a relationship going without that happening, where you want to experience new things together as a couple, and you want to continue to show a level of passion to a girl that you love or have strong feelings for, so that she understands that you're still all in, that you haven't lost attraction. But I could see how a couple would get comfortable with each other, and the passion just wasn't what it was in the beginning. So how do you keep that drive alive? How do you maintain that level of excitement, or revitalize it, or maintain it? And if it isn't someone's beauty that's doing it, or if it isn't access to these, what, elaborate, expensive experiences isn't doing it, then what will? I think real friendship would keep a couple together, you know, in addition to those other characteristics. So the question becomes, how strong was the bond of these three relationships if if the love is gone? How strong was it in the beginning? And was it just that those girls liked what the guys had to offer with their celebrity status, and the guys were mostly motivated by her looks, which is kind of sad? I'm not going to belittle their relationship or say that there wasn't more depth there, but Well, if their reasons for being together weren't shallow, then why did their relationships fail? Because I think there were allegations of cheating with LiAngelo Ball, or I think he moved on quickly. But I do know that one issue in high status couples or famous couples is just they both have so many options that maybe their relationship, the strength of the of the bond did not outweigh their attraction to others. It could be one reason, but let me know in the comments what you think about what makes people attracted enough to be in a relationship versus what is not enough to keep the relationship going. And maybe you've experienced it, or you know someone, or what you think about these celebrity couples and what makes them want to be in a committed relationship versus what's not enough to keep them committed. And like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.